We are here at the PGA show in Orlando, Florida. We are so happy to be talking to Annika Sorentstam. Annika, welcome to Back Nine Report TV.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
You just came off the floor. You were in a seminar, did a presentation. What was that all about?
Yeah, we talked about the future of coaching. I had some great panelists with me, Susie Whaley, which everybody knows, and then Nancy Henderson, who's in charge of, the LPGA teaching division on the tour. So just kind of talking insights of future coaching, what's important. How do we work with our young youth to make them better?
What was one of the key things that came out of that?
Well, I think bottom line is just we're talking about the American development model, which is about make sure the kids just play, have fun, and don't specialize. Make sure that kids get a chance to play all kinds of sports. I think is really important. I mean, they specialize nowadays at the age of 10, and I always say, a 10-year-old, you don't really know what you like. So let them try different sports. I think it's very helpful. We will avoid a lot of burnouts. We will avoid a lot of injuries. So just have an open mind about it and learn from other sports and let them just figure it out.
You kind of have a unique perspective on that now also with your own children, and they're getting to that age where they want to try different things. So is that kind of fun for you to see them do that?
It is. I mean, one thing is what I preach, and now one thing is what I do. So I better do what I say, right? So, no, I'm a believer that kids should try different things. I grew up trying all kinds of sports, and it wasn't until the age of 12 where I was introduced to golf, and then it wasn't until the age of 16 where I started to specialize in golf, which a lot of people think is very late. But yeah, no. So I'm going to try and do obviously what I believe in with my kids, let them try different sports, and hopefully they love sports, and if so, which one do they want? And then I help them to support them and love them and give them the resources they need.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I want to put some numbers up here, okay? Mm-hmm. All right. 73 LPGA Tour wins.
I'll take that.
93 professional wins. Mm-hmm. 10 major championships. 8-time LPGA Player of the Year and money title winner. Mm-hmm. 6-time Bear Trophy, so that means you can get around pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Plus, you were inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2003. So I know, we're talking about young women, kids, when they start playing. You're out there on the practice green at night. You're thinking, this is for the U.S. Open, or this is for the Masters. Mm-hmm. Did you go through that kind of thing? Did you ever imagine being able to create the kind of career that you put together?
No, I really didn't, but I did pretend to have a putt to win the U.S. Open. That was kind of my dream, if I could ever do that. I just felt like that was the biggest golf tournament in the world for women, that if you win the U.S. Open, you have kind of done it all. So I would pretend to have that. But it's funny enough, when I played tennis growing up, and I always pretended I would play in the final of the U.S. Open, but it turned out to be another sport.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I think it's really important to dream. I think it's really important to have the vision of you doing something spectacular and work towards that.
You have taken now the junior golf thing, especially for young girls, to another step with the Annika Foundation. Tell us a little bit about that. You're putting a lot of time and effort into that.
I am, and I'm very glad to do so. We've now been in the charity business for 10 years. I mean, we've been giving back to junior girls for these 10 years. And what we do is we have 7 global tournaments around the world where we inspire young girls to pick up the club or to share my passion or the knowledge. So we do 5 invitationals around the world. And I'm talking around the world. We're in all 5 different continents. And then we have a college event. And then we have a smaller kind of a team event called the Annika Cup. So really, bottom line is me teaching, inspire them, being there for them. Because it's my way to say thank you, and it's been fun. Our tagline is more than golf, so we put this tournament together as as a high-level competition. But between the rounds, we have different workshops or educational sessions for them, whether it's fitness, nutrition, or just talking about the opportunities of college golf. So we want to do a lot more than just the tournament. And then I do a clinic. I share some tips with them, and I interact with them. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I tell everyone, I mean, we both know that in the United States, there are still college scholarships for young ladies that go unfulfilled every year just because there aren't enough quality lady players, young women players, to fill them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but the goal there is obviously to fill them, to give every girl a chance to play the sport that they love on a higher level. So, when we have our tournaments, we invite a lot of the coaches. Just this past weekend, we had almost 40 to 50 coaches come out and watch the talent. I mean, it's a great recruiting place for them. And, we want girls to get a chance to play and fulfill their dreams. There's a lot of opportunities out there, so we just got to keep on working.
Speaking of last weekend, you had the Annika Invitational USA at the World Golf Village just last weekend. How many young ladies did you have? It was a little windy, a little cool up there for them, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. We gave them some tough playing conditions. So we have 72 really of the top golfers in the world. 8 of them have qualified through our other Annika invitations around the world. So you have the winner, the second place, and the third place from New Zealand, from Argentina, from Europe, and then from China. They're playing. So the field is obviously top notch. We have 17 different countries represented. So if you think about that, out of 72, it's pretty a good thing. It is a global game, and we want to inspire them all.
Well, I want to talk about one more thing. When you started on the LPGA Tour, the purses were a little bit less than they are today. It's grown tremendously since even when you started. You're one of the reasons for that. You helped grow the game, brought more interest to it for sure, and on an international basis as well, coming from Europe and being recognized around the world. Can you imagine how big this thing has become and what the LPGA may become in the future?
Well, I think it's first of all, LPGA is on a great track. They're doing some great work with the commissioner, with Mike Wan, but also the players on their own. I think they're representing themselves very well. They're out there being seen and heard, and they do a lot for charity. Great personalities. It's fun to watch an LPGA event, and if you interact with them playing the pro-ams, you will really see their personality. So they've done an excellent job, and I really think this is just the beginning. There's a lot more positive things that can come out of the LPGA. More tournaments, bigger purses, and great talent.
We always promote, we'd like to see the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, and the Champions Tour, the old Wendy's concept, maybe do some more stuff together or joint tournaments at the same place. We would like to see that. I think that would help both tours as well.
I do. I like to see that too. And I played in a lot of them, and it was a lot of fun. So, I think the men and the women can learn from each other. It's great entertainment, and that's the thing with golf. You can make it happen. We have different tees. It could be a lot of fun.
Annika, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to us. We really appreciate it, and we wish you a lot of luck with the Annika Foundation and what you're doing for junior girls golf.
Thank you very much. Great being with you.